Well, so far there's been, well, I was going to say two conferences, but there's also been Bethesda. I'm pretty sure Bethesda would have conferenced by the time this video is up. But we've only seen two sets of conferences so far, EA and
You
Microsoft.
say
Well, I
you
have.
say we. I was about to bring it up. You say we, but I really just I had stuff to do, so I watched the trailers only.
Yeah, I watched both conferences, so we'll be coming. That's going to be interesting later on when we're talking about Microsoft. So yeah, I watched them both. I usually don't watch EA stuff, but I thought, why not?
Okay, so as as per usual, let's go through each thing's once in sections. First, EA. Nothing of note, of course. Who could have thought otherwise? Anyways, Microsoft.
No, you know what? I I don't like. I'm not interested in EA, but I watched their conference and I was like, not bad. It was they had some cool trailers for the football game we know people buy.
And let
I
me guess,
also
there's
really
also a
liked that they called it
basketball game that we
football.
know people are gonna buy.
Well, yes, but I like the fact that they called it football and not soccer. It's disgusting. So yeah, just remember to hit the like button, not the dislike button.
I think it's too late for that. Yeah.
Basic, but yeah, it wasn't. There were some cool. I mean, I don't care about sports games, and I know they're for that audience that likes them. So I just enjoyed the trailers pretty much. Then I saw Need for Speed. No, that game. I'm mainly going to be the one talking. I know you didn't watch anything with EA, but that game where you're with two, that's forced co-op for the entire
Oh, a
game
way out.
is very Yes, very interesting. I'm wondering how online is going to work with that because there are going to be some people that just don't want to cooperate unless you like play with your friends online.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
that's
that
that's
looks.
that's wondering and just like, oh boy, I wonder. And we're like, oh no.
Yeah, I've played Triforce Heroes online to know that there's some people that would rather not make progress if it means trolling. I don't understand it, but yeah. So that's gonna be interesting to see. But what I found really cool, that whole thing with cutscenes. Another person can be watching a cutscene while they're just playing the game as gameplay. Very
Oh,
cool.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that looks interesting. Need for Speed, right? What's it?
Payback. It's
Payback.
payback.
Yes. I keep calling it Need for Speed Rivals, like Need for Speed Revenge, and so many other things. For some reason, that looked really cool. A really cool movie. But
Okay.
as a game, I was looking at that game, and like the car taps another car, and the screen spins like it's doing synchronized swimming, and then the whole burnout crash times 10,000, where you move the screen moves away from you completely to show a really cool crash, and then you go back and you're already 10 feet into a pole because you couldn't see where you're going.
Oh man, imagine if they announced another burnout. That whole crash mode thing was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. They did announce another burnout.
They
It's
did?
just called Need for Speed,
Oh.
and the tracks are all straight lines, and it's become a cartoon.
Yeah, just one of those real high end cartoons that you start to wonder. Except, people usually don't do that because it's too expensive to begin with. But here it's
Yeah,
just car porn, really.
pretty well. Yeah, I was going between. This looks like a really cool scene, and this doesn't look fun to play because like I said, that car, the crash physics was weird,
What was
and
that
that's
one game
pretty.
where you played on the PSP or something where things got absolutely ridiculous with the races?
Okay, yeah, that's actually what I was saying to myself. It's pretty much looking like Split Second, except all the cool crashes are cutscenes instead of gameplay.
Oh, but I thought Split Second also had like hazards or something with a plane. I remember you mentioning
Oh
that.
yeah, all of those hazards are the gameplay. As in they are cutscenes, you are just driving and an airplane crashing into the chorus is the coolest thing in the universe, and I will never forgive Disney.
Okay, then.
Do you not know that Disney shut down the studio?
Oh, wait. Which studio?
And they also got Black Rock Studio.
Oh.
And they also got rid of the Star Wars Expanded Universe.
Oh, yeah, that. Well, I don't really care about Star Wars. But, yeah, seriously, I don't actually really care about Star Wars, so that never really affected me.
Which means you might be interested in Battlefront 2 as well. Anyways, I don't like not much. Actually, Battlefront 2 looks really cool. So good on them, but I'm not really interested. So I guess Microsoft now.
Yup. Okay, so now we start to bring up stuff that I can actually talk about. Well, no, actually, first, let's go talk about Xbox One X.
Terrible name.
I
As
mean,
in,
it's like they were going
Nintendo's
for a
like,
joke, but didn't have enough legs to stand on and just like kept going.
yeah, pretty much, yeah, yeah. Like I said, Nintendo said we have the stupidest name ever, and no one will beat us. And Xbox just burst
Hold
into the
my
room.
beer.
Yep, pretty much. So yeah, it's one name with three X's.
You know when you put it that way, it's kind of ridiculous. Ah,
Yeah, and for some, that just drives me crazy for some reason. And also, X sounds so much like S when you're saying it quickly. People, it's just so stupid.
I was gonna I was gonna say, why don't we just call it the Triple A? There we go. Okay,
Right. So awful name.
but I'm just gonna admit something. The Xbox world has just been a weird dimension for me that I never really dabbled into. Because yeah, I had Sony consoles. I played a lot of Sony consoles, and same with Nintendo. But I only knew two people in my life. Well, at least saw them with it. That had an Xbox, and just I don't know. It just feels so. It just that felt so far removed, and I never got over that sort of feeling when Microsoft comes out with something. It just feels like instinctively that I really have no reason to care. I mean, I if I find something to look at, then I will, but it's just on principle, and I don't exactly know truly why, but that's just a thing with me.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say the same for me because my nephew, actually wrong, my cousin had an Xbox, the original Xbox, the best one, and he we played it a lot. Of course, it was modded, so a lot of the games we played weren't Xbox games, but that's another story completely. But yeah, to be honest, I was far removed from Xbox as well until recently, where I just thought, wait a second, Xbox has legitimately more interesting things than Sony right now.
Well,
Because
that's
there's a
just a
point where
sign of it.
Sony
That's
had,
just the product of the times right at this moment.
yeah, Sony had nothing for the longest while. It's kind of tipped back in Sony's favor right now, especially with that very annoying. What was that thing that was in the Xbox One console launch exclusive? And I heard it like 10 times. I'm like, it seems like this term seems so specific that I'm pretty sure this isn't an exclusive game. And then I looked up, yeah, it's not.
Hmm.
So they seem to not have much exclusives right now, but one thing that does seem very appealing is they went super into backwards compatibility, and now all three Xbox generations work on the Xbox One. So that's a lot of
Hmm.
games that someone has an access to. I think that's really good. Just to be honest, like overall, I found Xbox's presentation to be, well, firstly to be bloated for so long, and it was just I was just so bored for a huge stretch of it. It's why you watching your highlights trailer, you're just watching your trailers and reading the highlights probably made you have a more positive opinion than me. It was so bloated, and why Nintendo is probably going to do that thing that it's been confirmed that their E3 spotlight is going to be like the latest direct, where they're just barreling through with content
Yeah, but
rather than just spending
imagine the speculation video from
forever.
that.
Yeah, that's gonna take 10 hours. So good luck, guys. But
Let's say good
yeah,
luck, guys.
so
I'm the one editing it.
yeah, I'm talking to you and your. I can't think of something else, but yeah. So basically, too long, but in the end, good, decent.
Right.
It wasn't terrible.
Well, let's talk about what I'm interested, because I'm sure I'm interested in a small amount of things compared to you, at least. Well, you have tentative interest in Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah,
It,
that looks really cool.
it looks it not only looks really cool. I think they had a balance between the classic how it's drawn look with cell shadedness. I feel like this is perfect. It's
Oh yeah, totally.
And here's the thing: the same people behind Blaze Blue, a franchise I adore, and Guilty Gear, franchise I haven't gotten into, but I'm sure I'd like it, just is behind this, and I absolutely trust them. I mean, the thing is with Blaze, the thing is that they may go a bit overboard with the story, but this is Dragon Ball. There is nothing to ruin. You can
Yeah,
so
that's true.
exactly. I hope that. Well, of course, the thing is that that's sort of a problem and also not a problem, because you go on the limb and say that every Dragon Ball game is just another retelling of the Dragon Ball story in a different way. Now, a lot of the Game Boy games and otherwise um, went a slightly different route and added stuff. A lot of the later PS3 games added a whole bunch of what if scenarios and stuff. And lately, there's been Dragon Ball Online, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2. Both things I really actually remember that, oh my god, I actually have both of those things. Huh, should probably get to them soon. But, yeah, those are like, oh, they're like major what ifs. Well, at least with Dragon Ball Online is more of a future thing. But Xenoverse is literally messing with the timeline. Xenoverse 2 felt a bit more like DLC, but you know. And here we have it going back to seemingly, hey, it's just normal Dragon Ball. Now, what I'm waiting for
Is it
is the
like
Dragon Ball
a
Super
pseudo
game that's going to
reboot?
come out when Super finishes.
Why wait until Super finishes to release the game?
Well, I think there's something about marketing that I had in my head that I just completely forgot about. So, yeah. The thing is though, is that I'm not good. I mean, I'm good at fighting games, but only if I actually care. Because I don't like investing that amount of time into something where I'm only playing against CPU and maybe something online if nobody else has it. So that's why I'm sort of good with Smash, but every other fighting game I really don't put a lot of time in, so I'm not good at. I pretty much mash buttons.
I mean, button mashing seemed to work for you in Skullgirls.
Yes, yes it did, but that's only because I learned what certain buttons did quickly. What's the button for the giant fist? There it is. What's the button for biker dude? Hero to all. There it is.
Yeah, makes you figure out the button to. Darn it. The joke just ran away from me the instant I said it. It got run over by the back.
Perfect save, dude.
Yes. So, I mean, yeah, I not really the biggest fan of Dragon Ball Z game. I've never played them much,
They're
so I
really
thought it was
good. Most of
cool.
them are.
But yeah, and I mean, I'm sure it's good. But I was like, it's. I mean, that's cool, but not really huge, big. Well, I have very specific fighting game tastes, but yeah, I was more interested in. Well, actually, nothing really. There's a lot of cool stuff. Probably not cool enough for me to go and say, I want this. I wish I like. Sometimes I see a game where I feel bad I'm not playing this. Didn't really see it. I saw that. What was that game?
Metro Exodus.
Exile. No, that looked cool. That the Abraham, that's not it. Anthem,
Oh, Anthem.
where I'm like, okay, that's pretty much Xbox's Breath of the Zero Dawn. I'm like, okay, they have theirs now, good. Everyone can have fun. And it looked really cool. That part where he was diving from the heavens into the deepest canyon in the universe was really cool. A lot of really cool moments that I'm assuming are gameplay.
Yeah, that's a
I'm not sure.
problem though. That with these, some you don't really know sometimes. With
Yeah,
things have it's one of the good things where like things have gotten blurred, where you can do cutscene level stuff in games, but sometimes you actually can't tell just from looking. Is this a cutscene or you doing something here?
yeah, but it's not really. I mean, people think that Breath of the Wild's E3 trailers were cutscenes. Where I'm like, no, that's all gameplay stuff. So who knows, really? It really could be gameplay. I mean, Xbox One. They're all of their footage was probably using the
Xbox
Xbox.
One. This is just like this is just like the argument of when everybody when they made the name Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they retconned that. Don't worry about that. They even made a
Oh,
joke in the
thank
manga about how
goodness.
incredibly stupid that idea was.
Yeah, that was bad. That I can't even make a joke. I just need to definitively say that was an awful idea. So yeah, I mean, I guess Xbox felt bad about being made fun of by being called an Xbone, so they decided let's make a stupid name ourselves.
Yeah, that we can own it.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
So, are
So
you?
like,
I was going to move on.
yeah, move. Yeah, you can move on.
So
I don't have anything to
how
say about
are you
Anthem.
enjoying the new zombie thing? Yay!
I saw like I'm sure I'm wrong, but it felt like I saw like four zombie trailers, and I don't even know. It was just blurring together. I'm like, another game like this. It just felt like so many games that felt the same. And It's not really their fault, because most of these are multi-platform. But a lot of them, I was like, no, this mm, feels a bit too similar to something else. But to be honest, I did like the idea of that zombie game, the one you're probably talking about, State of Decay 2.
Yes.
Even though the zombies seem so inconsistent. I'm like, oh, so do they explode in green goop? Are they normal zombies? Are they people that are just infected with something? No, this guy looks like he doesn't even have a stomach. He only has the spine bone. How is he standing up?
How is he a threat?
Yeah, I saw a lot of things where I felt the zombies looked inconsistent. But besides that, it looks really cool. I like the idea of, well, there's all cutscenes, so I don't know, but shooting someone or giving them the only antidote you have left because you need an extra person. I was like, that's cool. I like those decisions in games. If the game had expansive decision making like that, that would be good.
Yeah, but honestly, the problem with that is that every time I see something like that, I either think they're not going to implement it a lot to the point where it actually means something too much, or they're going to implement it, and then suddenly one of the choices that you made a long time ago suddenly comes into importance here, and you had no idea that it would, and blah 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 blah. Bad end.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it encourages replaying, so
Well, that's the problem.
if
The
the game
games
is
are too
good,
dag long.
yeah, or dull.
Yes, too
Sometimes where
many.
a game is so dull where I'm like, nope, I'm not replaying this.
This is why this isn't something where I finish the. I feel like it's not going to be, at least something where I would finish the game, think, man, I can't wait to just like revisit this, especially since I'm very, very particular about revisiting stuff. The game has to have a certain level of fun in a certain way for me to even think of doing so.
Yeah, I can see there are people who are too busy to replay games except for the ones they find to be the absolute best.
By the way, Mario Tennis Power Tour, we'll replay that till the sun explodes.
Yeah, there are a few games where I will replay. Well, You'd probably roll your eyes. I've replayed Final Fantasy Tactics A2 Grimoire of the Rift
Yeah.
around 5
Didn't I
times.
say I was gonna play that to see how actually addicting it was? I keep forgetting
It
about
is
these things.
so good.
Well, just remind me about it later, okay?
I will.
All right.
So basically, yeah. So it wasn't bad. There are a lot of it blended together. It was bloated, but there are a lot of cool things. Cuphead, which is probably gonna finally release after getting delayed so many times, it feels like it came out when the shows it's mimicking came out. And there's Ori and the
Blind.
forest that can see with spirits,
Oh yeah.
which I mean, also obviously people loved that. Microsoft's indie stuff, you don't see much of it, but I know that got a lot
Oh
of
wait, did we
praise.
talk
So
about
yeah,
Assassin's Creed yet? I don't think we did.
all right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to be like Ubisoft. I hate how how these companies do this. They have their own conference and they shove their game into someone else's conference to waste time. I am not going to do that. We will talk about that in Ubisoft's video. Screw you guys.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
we.
there's
I'm
Minecraft, but
saving the
that's
best thing
Minecraft.
for last, which is Minecraft, where finally the console barriers have broken down and there's crossplay between Switch, PC, mobiles, and Xbox games, and not Sony.
I'm sure you're. I'm sure you're all very happy.
I mean, as in the idea of potential crossplay is very exciting. There's another game I saw that I might have saved the image on my computer and will send to you so that you can throw it into the video. It's about Gunscape conditionally approved for crossplay between Switch and Xbox One. Whatever conditionally approved means, Switch and Xbox, I mean Nintendo and Microsoft actually cultivating crossplay seems very exciting because it opens up player bases for online games and incentivizes people to buy online games knowing that they won't be stuck in a tiny install base. And Sony are just being the contrarians they are, the sore winners they are in making sure they don't be a part of it.
But can you
So
truly
yeah,
call that winning?
well, they are winning. I mean, I know you're making a joke, but they're winning so high they don't think they need to do
No,
anything.
as I said, just wait because in the end, it's not over. This is just a season. In the end,
That's true.
at the end of all the season of all this, whenever you say this ends, do you really think we're gonna look back at this and like, yeah, Sony came off the top? Like, unless they pull off some really crazy stuff in the mid season, I don't think so.
Well, actually, they just might. There's they right now they could very well end the generation on top. I don't know why, because for the longest while they had nothing. But whatever.
Maybe
I mean,
everything will come
Nintendo
out
only
in
had
2019. Wow, everybody. Why are we doing this in the Microsoft and EA conference?
I mean, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. To be fair, Nintendo had one game last year, and everyone still think they won E3, so you don't need content
I can hear you
anymore.
being sad about that.
I mean, yeah. So let's talk. Let's 23 minutes ish. Let's wrap this up by saying that I love the idea of. I mean, the HD Minecraft stuff also looked kind of cool. They focus on the sunset shots a lot because they looked great, and it's the right kind of HD because a lot of people said Minecraft should just ditch this block stuff and go full on.
No, the box stuff is what it is.
Yeah,
That
but the
is
box stuff is
Minecraft.
the game. So yeah, that's a terrible idea. So this I think is a good compromise. And I'm also liking the idea of big cross play server. PC people go to one side of the map, Xbox people go to one side of the map, Switch people go to one side of the map, and we have a literal console war.
Yeah, if only they created like a dark area, just an uncharted area where if you did certain enough parts of Minecraft, you get to the area that no player out of each of the three factions could go into normally. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
you
what
know,
I would do.
I'd love if they did stuff with this whole cross. I mean, stuff like, hey, there's Master Chief on the Switch version and Mario on the Xbox
Let's kill
version
them
and all
both.
sorts of stuff like, yeah, or each console's avatars show what side you're on in the war. Just something cool. But yeah, the possibilities are interesting with crossplay.
Wait, is Sony's color associated with blue?
Yes.
Okay, because I was thinking that maybe you'd have a setting where, like, if you went in with Xbox, the sky would be green. If you went in with Nintendo, the sky would be like light pink or something. And if you went with Sony, the sky would be blue.
Yeah, I mean PC would just be grey.
I mean, PC just they're just like we don't need to see the sky under all these clouds. Just
Yeah, and mobile will be the color of poop.
no, mobile will be everything on fire.
Yeah, that makes a lot more. Yes, that's good.
That's great.
Yeah, each faction is an element, and mobile is fire.
Oh man. Anyways, that's been the Microsoft EA discussion.
I mean, you didn't watch the full conference, but would you rate? I mean, I would probably rate Microsoft a 7. They were fine, so I'd probably give them a 7.
Yeah,
Maybe an 8.
I think you're going to be in charge of ratings, mate, because as I said, I have stuff doing. I can't watch all these things at once.
Well then, take this 7, Microsoft. No, crossplay. Take this 8, Microsoft.
Oh my god, you really love that. Alright.
You did good, and EA,
You do what you did.
you can take Fast and the Furious 8 out of 10.
But isn't that too good for it? Isn't that what you think?
Well, yes, I loved the movie, but
Really wish I could have watched that with you.
I was just making a joke about Need for Speed.
Yeah, but I had to interject. It's just with the whole
Yeah,
Fast and
because
Furious
people
thing.
would get the wrong idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really rate them because I knew that I wouldn't care, and really just watched out of curiosity and found it to be fine. So fine out of 10.
Yeah, I can live with that.